Hi everybody. I'm so excited. Well, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I have my notes here, so if I look down, bear with me. But if you're new here, my name is Ashley and I just post all things Ashley. I don't niche down. I love to sing, I love art, I love books, and we're just gonna post all that here. And sometimes I vlog and tell you guys about my life. I'm also an entrepreneur. I have a sticker and stationery business called Mystical Nature, and the most recent update in my life is that I'm pregnant with a baby. I'm sorry y'all, it still blows my mind, like she's a mother. I wanted to make this video to just run down and highlight, talk about, share everything about my first trimester now that we made it through. We're going to be discussing how I found out I was pregnant, tips and advice, the highs, the lows, all the things, the symptoms, my appointments, what are my doctors like, all of that. And I'm going to take you guys along on this journey. And yeah, let's get into it. Finding out that I was pregnant. How did I find out I was pregnant? So, and just a disclaimer, I guess this video will be good for family to like watch and see how I'm doing and to catch up, and friends, new subscribers, old subscribers. But I think it's going to be geared towards female ears. Just be mindful. We're not gonna get gross, but we're adults here. I'm pregnant, so. Finding out I was pregnant. So I was coming up along that time. Like some people have these stories like, I was 2 weeks late. And it's like, I was 2 days. I'm very logical. So I'm like, she comes on time. Where's she at? Like I'm at the door. I'm waiting for her. I'm like, yeah, sis, you're supposed to be here 5 minutes ago. Like I'm that type of person. So I was only 2 days late, but the only symptom I had at that time was paranoia. No, the only symptom I had at that time was having very, very sore breasts. And I was like, it's so strange to me, but still like absolutely amazing to me how God is, that the intuition of a woman, because it's like I can tell you the difference between this type of pain and that type of pain, even though it's the same type of pain or the same symptom. Like we just know. So this type of breast pain was different than, oh, she finna come. It was like, dang, why is hurting this bad? Like it shouldn't hurt this bad. It was given like 4 more days of this and I'm finna go get an emergency mammogram. I don't know, like it's hurting, mate. So I was dealing with that, and then 2 days late, I was like, God. So I went in the bathroom and I took a test. Also, disclaimer, side note, might help with the story, I have never taken a pregnancy test before, never have had to take a pregnancy test before. My decision with my husband was to wait until we got married. I have never had a scare. I've never had any of these things. So I'm literally like flipping open the pamphlet like, okay, pee on the stick. You can also get a cup and dip the stick in. Oh, let's go get a cup. Like I'm like neurotically, like I think it's like this, something about like Christian girls, Black community, when they're like, keep your legs closed, and they try to put the fear in you, but then you actually grow up and make the decision like, oh no, I actually want to do this. I actually think it's very wise to do that. I want to wait. And I made that decision very young. It was kind of made for me, and then I understood like I want this for myself too. And you almost feel like you're gonna get in trouble. You're almost like, oh my God, is this for real? So I got a cup, I stuck it in and waited. I'm like, you gotta wait 15 minutes, right? And then I got the updated test apparently. Shout out to Clear Blue, and they were like, yeah, it's gonna take 2 to 5 minutes. It's gonna take 5 to 6 minutes. And I'm like, this is so quick. The anticipation was not like I was waiting forever for my result, but it comes with a high-tech one and a regular old school ones like in the movies where it's just old school stick looking thing. I'm kind of just thinking I'm probably just being very thorough and I need to just wait it out. Something that was pinging in my mind was that I wasn't under stress, didn't change my diet. So I'm like, I don't know why she would be late other than for that reason, but I ended up going back into the bathroom to check and it said pregnant, and I froze for a minute because I was like, God, you playing. I had a little shock moment, and then I instantly went into the creative ways I can tell my husband. He was not home at the time, so I was like, perfect. I went and I made him a little card, and nothing handwritten. Like, it was nothing simple. Like, I own an art business, right? So I have scrapbook paper galore. I have stencils, stickers, all types of stuff. So I went and got some cardstock paper and folded it over, and then got on my Cricut machine and cut something out real quick. And though he was not home, I had about like 15 to 25 minutes before he would be. So I was zooming. I had the hot glue gun. I was burning my fingers. I made the cutest little card. I went ahead and gave him the card. And he is a speed reader. He reads much faster than me. We had our reaction together. No, I did not film it. No, I did not record it. Okay. So that's how we found out that we were having a little baby. Sharing the news with everyone. Our anniversary is July 30th. And on that day, we decided to call family and friends. It was very impromptu. It wasn't like 2 weeks before we were like, hey, we're gonna do it on our anniversary. We just woke up that day. Weather was great, vibes were good. We were about to have date day. We were about to go out to eat, go to the movies, have our little day together. And I was like, this is really good energy. Let's just break the news. And we did. We called family and friends, and the reactions were so heartfelt and beautiful and humorous and hilarious. No, I did not film that either. I know that is a very big custom when you become a parent or you get married, life milestones, or you do get paid on social media and you do have a following or anything like that, to film any and everything, but that is just not my choice. So a lot of those things are memorialized in my brain, and I like it better that way. I didn't film that at all, but the very first person I told a few weeks before that, my brother's birthday is July 11th, and I told him then, and I was just like, you know, not shipping a gift this year. Got something else for you though. So I called him and he was at work, and one thing I love about him, like at work, driving, walking through Walmart, it doesn't matter. He picks up my calls and we're so close. I love him. Like, it's gonna make me cry, but I told him that I was pregnant, and the reaction was just, I was like, you're gonna be an uncle. Like, it's just amazing. He's so loving and nurturing. They remind me a lot of each other, and there's so many times I walk into the room, I'm like, Jared, Jacob. Like, they remind me of each other. So it's really heartfelt. They had very similar reactions, and I was just excited. So he was actually the first person that I told before family and friends, because I mean, like, come on, it's my brother. Early pregnancy symptoms. Hell and high water. No, just kidding. Give me my journal. Hold on. So, another tidbit, I have the What to Expect Pregnancy Journal and Organizer. It's probably chicken grease, sorry. And I want to say that I got this from Barnes and Nobles. If not, I probably ordered it on Amazon. But it's like preconception. It takes you through all the months. It welcomes each trimester, and it's a way to just log your prenatals, what you took, how you felt emotionally, and how you feel physically. And I love it. It's a really nice journal. And then they even have sections for your partner to write as well, not just you. So that's really fun as well if you can relate to that. Not that I really even need this journal now that it's all coming back to me. I had extreme nausea. Like, super sore breast. Hold on, I have something to show you guys. Speaking of breast, ladies, Boobie pads. Boobie pads. If you're not pregnant, get yourself some Boobie pads, okay? These, you can heat them up and you can put them in the freezer. When I tell you the delight, I will spare you guys because I'm tempted to pop them on right now, but they have these little beads in them and wonders. You stick them, and it doesn't take long. You stick them in the freezer 10 minutes. Oh, I do mine overnight because I like a crisp chill. It soothes the entire breast and all the other parts, and it just feels good. They fit in these little pockets. It's not the actual silicone beaded pouch against you, but it just goes on, boom boom, and it feels amazing. I will be mindful to link everything below and put it across the screen as well, because I think I ordered these off of Amazon. So I had nausea, breast pain, vomiting. I did not vomit, and I feel like God just knew what he was doing, because I went into the pregnancy 110. So I feel like if I was vomiting, I would have been non-existent. I'm already pretty slender. I've always been very petite. So the throwing up and the vomiting was like, I was like, oh man, is that gonna be my story? And I didn't. There was one morning, my husband was cooking bacon and it sent me. That is the only morning I can remember, but a consistent throwing up lunchtime and even not just in the morning, I didn't experience that, thank God. Even on my cycle, I had cravings. Off my cycle, I have cravings. I'm a foodie, but now progressing into the pregnancy, I realize now what a true heavy craving is. Like, you feel like your world is gonna end if you don't get it. Like, it's a different type of, the intensity of the craving is different now. But I did have cravings, but then on the other side of that, I had food aversions, and that just broke my heart, because a lot of things that you like, you will no longer, and then things that you hadn't eaten in a while, you're like, man, I really wish I had that. So some things that I really don't eat a lot of is fast food, but for some reason I was like, Baja chicken chalupa. Like, if I say it to my husband, he's gonna laugh. I really was like, I need a Baja chicken chalupa. The past year and a half or so, milk and me have had a love-hate relationship, but I do almond milk and oat milk. I started to do that and realized it wasn't enough calcium for the baby. And another symptom that I experienced when I realized that was that my left ear was hurting really badly. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's an ear infection, which is common. And I was like, okay, so I know what this is. I read about this. Let's go to the doctor. And I did. And she was like, you know, what other congestion or maybe allergies or sinus issues have you been experiencing? And I had nasal polyp surgery a couple years ago, and I have had no issues since. So when she was asking me about my congestion, I was like, well, it's like, she was like, where's your pressure in your head? And I was like, right here. I was like, I don't really have pressure. And she asked me to open my jaw as wide as I could, and I couldn't. And she was like, what you been doing? How much calcium you been taking in? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she said the full name for it. And my husband was like, TMJ. And I was like, okay, so everybody in the room knows what it is except for me. What's going on? And she explained to me that I had lockjaw from a lack of calcium. Your bones, the density, the strength, your teeth, all of that is going to change when you get pregnant. And I was like, okay, so I can't really stomach real milk. Lactose-free milk was starting to not agree with me either. So I went straight oat milk. And I was like, okay, so we're gonna have to make this transition a little smooth. So I kind of just mixed the two of them and slowly kind of weaned myself on regular 2% milk. And I have to have small portions of it, but if I do it frequent enough during the day, my calcium intake did increase, the pain in my jaw went away, and they checked everything again, and baby and me, calcium was looking good. So that's another thing that I had, low calcium, just kind of going into it, not knowing how much I should take or if I needed to make that dietary change. So yeah, I did deal with fatigue. I slept all day. I took 2 naps a day, about 2 to 3 hours long each. So this is the book that I've been reading. It's super large print. There's pictures, diagrams, charts. Like, it's easier to read than those other books to me that have textbook-like language. It's really, really worked for me. And also, we'll link it below and put it across the screen. First appointment was way more than just confirming. We did a urine test at my first appointment. They confirmed it that way. I also did blood work. They confirmed how many fetuses at the time. I did blood work, and they test your hemoglobin, red blood cells, all of that, and blood pressure, make sure that you're flowing good. What else? We heard the baby's heartbeat. Took me out. Take me out. Take me out today. And not like, you think a stethoscope, the way you hear it in your ears, that booming, this is like on crack. And she put it up, and it's like, even putting it near my belly, it was just like pow, pow. It was going like New Orleans bounce music. And I was like, that's my kid. So your breasts are gonna definitely grow. Stretch marks may come in during this time. Lifestyle change. I started to walk more and exercise more. I think each time I exercised, I did a half a mile, 0.45 to a half a mile, and maybe once to twice a week. I did this before, but it's kind of been, again, hunkered down and on crack since I've been pregnant. Journaling. Girl, like, out of breath drinking, running out of breath from drinking. All the fall things, I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited to be pregnant for Christmas. I don't know why, I just feel like I'm gonna go ham in the onesie section. Like, to buy them gifts before they're here, I don't know. I'm excited for that. And I'm sitting in my second trimester now, so it's kind of hard to say what I'm excited for because I'm already experiencing it. But yeah, those are the things I'm excited for. The holidays. I have another ultrasound coming up. I get to see my baby again. I'm getting ahead of myself because that's for the second trimester video, and I hope to see you guys there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Send it to any mommies that you know if you're experiencing the same things, same symptoms. Comment, like, and share. And thank you so much for tuning into this video. It was such a joy to make this, and I am about to go and stuff my face. It's exciting to have you on this ride with me, and I will see you in my second trimester video. Stay tuned. Bye, guys.